Hi, Dan Ihrke from DT Systems Dog Training Equipment here with DT the dog, and the objective of today's filming is to demonstrate what we do with our dog when they get to adolescence. So we're going to do a little transitioning, and we're going to transition from the puppy training that you saw me doing into formal training. In formal training, we'll be using implements like the choke chain. I've got this choke chain on the dog and an e-collar. First of all, let's talk about the choke chain. The choke chain is there so we can increase the level of pressure rapidly and easily. It just allows us a little bit more precision and a little more intensity when needed. And we also have the e-collar on. Now I have a DT Systems Micro IDT collar on the dog, and the reason we've got it on him is just to show you how well this particular unit fits on a smaller dog. As DT gets a little bigger, you'll see me use the H2O series collar. It's a little larger unit, meant for a little bit more abuse and fit for the field. But at this point, we're going to use these implements together to bring our dog to the next level of understanding. It's important to put the collar on our dog every time we take him out. Once we start using the collar, it should be on him every time we take the dog out. That way the dog's going to associate the collar itself with getting out and having a good time and working. Also, it will never allow the dog to make an association with any negative reinforcement. So by the time we start using this collar's nick and continuous function, the dog will actually only associate positive with the collar and really won't make an association with the negative he receives from it. Essentially at this portion, we're going to be performing all the tasks the same general way, but we're going to introduce a couple new concepts, one of which is the stair step concept. With the stair step concept, simply, we're going to increase the level of reinforcement, the level of negative reinforcement, each time the dog has a sequential failure. So if the dog continues to do the wrong thing, we'll increase the pressure every time he has a failure until he gets a success. At the point when he gets a success, he'll get a treat just like he always did, and then we'll change subjects and move on. Each time we do that, the dog will progress mentally and understand the command, and the consistency he's got to have much better. We're also going to introduce the vibration concept with the e-collar, and we're going to introduce that with association with the pull on the lead. So the dog eventually is going to associate the vibration concept, the vibration he feels from the e-collar, with the pull on the lead. So let me demonstrate the stair step method with the dog by the use of the choke chain and the vibration feature. It's important that you have your transmitter in your hand when you're doing this so you can get the timing right. And watch the way that I hold the lead. That'll help you be successful in getting the right timing with your dog. Sit. So with the sit command, same type of reinforcement. If he makes a mistake, it's an upward pull. Good. If he fails repeatedly, you're going to increase the pressure a small amount every time you have a failure and work towards a success. Always end in a success. Heel. Okay, good. Sit. Good. The heel function will be performed the same way. Again, we've got our finger on the vibration function, and every time we pull the lead, we're going to press the button on the vibrate. Heel. Good. Horizontal pull for the heel command if he makes a mistake. Good. Always working towards success. And remember, we're gonna hit this vibration function every time we pull the lead. Heel. Good. Sit. Good. Of course, the recall will be accomplished the same way. Notice my hand positioning. Got the transmitter in my right hand, left hand's going to come up like this. Heel. Good boy. Good. Sit. Remember, if your dog has a success and does it perfectly, you're not going to use any negative reinforcement. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Sit. During this transitional phase, we're also going to use the long check cord. This is a DT Systems check cord. As you can see, it's got a nice orange color so you can see it when you're working in the field. It's very easy to work with. When we move over to using the check cord, we're going to go ahead and put our transmitter around our neck so it's hands-free. And we're not going to focus on the vibration anymore just because there's too much going on with our hands. It'll be too hard to accomplish. So we're going to switch the short lead to the long check cord. Sit. And we're only going to work on 2 commands when we have the long check cord on. Number 1, the sit-stay command, and focus on my hands, guys, and the way I handle the lead. That's going to be the secret to your success. You notice that I'm not pulling on the lead at all, but I'm also not having a lot of slack build up. Good boy. If the dog moves, this will allow me to make a quick, concise correction. Good boy. And then back to neutral, just like that. Always working towards a success as usual. Good. Sit. The other command that we'll work on when we have a long check cord is the recall. Sit. With the recall, we can either call him from a distance when he's not sitting, or we can call him from a distance when he's just out moving about. So, I would recommend doing about 50-50. 50% of the time, call him from the sit command, and 50% of the time, release the dog, let him wander out, and then call him back. Sit. Good. Heel. Heel. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. With the use of these new implements, your dog will become prepared for what he's going to see in the next months to come when it comes time to do formal training. Hi, I'm Dan Ihrke from Green Acre Sportsman's Club and DT Systems Dog Training Equipment, and we're here with many of the different pieces of equipment that DT Systems offers that we will be using during our DT the Dog video series. And let's start out with what has made DT famous over the years.